So I just stopped off for a quick brew and I'm on the way to hopefully buy a new tent. Although I've bought dozens of tents in the past, sometimes tent shopping can still be a little bit scary for me. I get that buyer's anxiety, especially when the tent costs quite a lot of money. You know, is it going to be big enough inside? Is it going to be too bulky? Is it going to be long enough? All of these things that, you know, you want to be sure that you've bought the right thing. I think I've got the holy grail already for my winter tent, so that is not going to change now. And I just want the 3-season version, or I want a 3-season holy grail tent that does it all for me. So hopefully this is the one. So I've had a look around at where I can get the tent from, and there's not many, you know, UK vendors of it, and there's certainly, it's not something that you can pick up in Go Outdoors and see it pitched, for example. So while I was looking, I saw on the Ultralight Outdoor Gear website that they've got a showroom that if you ask them in advance, you can see anything pitched up. So you can see a tent or a sleeping pad, whatever it will be that you want to check out, they will demo it for you. So I dropped them an email, asked them if it'd be okay to go and pitch the tent, and they said yes. I also asked if it was okay to film. They said yes. I just want to say I've got no affiliation with Ultralight Outdoor Gear. I will be buying the tent with my own money, but I just wanted to share with you my experience of, you know, the try before you buy, basically, because I know that we all suffer with that sometimes, that we overthink things and we're not sure. We want to be certain that we're not wasting our money anyway, or making things difficult for ourselves, especially on an expensive purchase. So, with all that being said, buckle up and we'll go tent shopping. I think we're here. Reception. Might be a bit of a clue on there. Just been greeted by Andy. You okay with being on camera?
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Brilliant. I'll put your microphone on in a second.
Yeah.
This is smashing. So Andy was just telling me that.
Hello.
That you're only an online shop, aren't you?
We're an online shop. We have got this as like a little storefront, and people do walk in and come in and just buy off the street, as it were. But I mean, we are a little tucked out the way. But primarily, people book in. They might be doing a long distance hike and they want the full kit list out in front of them, or they might want to see 5 or 6 tents, different sleeping bags, different setups. So people get in touch with a list, or we'll suggest a list of stuff they might want. We'll get it all out for them so they can have a browse of everything they want to look at.
That's the thing. So the tent that I've come to have a look at today, you can't see it in a lot of places. And when you're spending that kind of money, you just want to...
That's it, yeah.
You want to know that it's going to be suitable, long enough, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big investment, these tents. So people do want to come. You can watch every YouTube video, you can read every review. But you want to come, get hands-on, make sure you can sit up in it, make sure it's the right size and shape for you.
You like doing that thing when you go shopping, that'll, you know, that'll wash lovely.
It's 90% of what people do when they just walk along and you're just feeling along, yeah.
So you've got quite a lot in here as well, haven't you?
Yeah, they're probably about 5% of the stock out at the moment, just, but it's hard to keep everything stocked. I'll give you a show around the warehouse in a bit, just so you can
you do everything from here, because you're one of the...
Everything's from here, yeah.
One of the largest, aren't you?
Yeah.
Online...
Yeah.
Outdoor retailers anyway in the
Outdoor
UK.
Retailer of the Year.
Congratulations. I'll have a look at the certificate in a bit. And you've got lots of stuff that you can't get in your mainstream, your decathlons, you go outdoors and stuff like that. You've got a lot more specialist gear here, haven't you?
Yeah, so I mean like Hyperlight mountain gear, Gossamer gear, Big Agnes, things like that. Stuff that you don't get in the run-of-the-mill sort of shops.
Oh, smashing. I could spend ages in here. This is my sort of domain. And so anyone can do this then? Is that what you're saying? If anyone wants to come and have a
Oh
look
yeah,
at
yeah. As we said,
just make an appointment.
yeah, book, give us a ring, give us an email, let us know what you want to have a look at. Just give us an idea of what trip you're going on. If you haven't got an idea of what you're looking for, we're always ready to give advice and talk to people. I mean, that's 90% of our jobs.
So something I noticed when I was looking for the tent, I've seen it before on your website anyway, but you know, most shops and online things will have exactly what the manufacturer's got to say about the product. So Van Gogh, for example, will say this tent does this, this and this.
Yeah.
You do what we think, or our verdict.
Our verdict, yeah.
And
so we want, it's one thing listening to what the brand says, but it's another thing listening to what, you know, user feedback would be or something like that. It could be just as, we had a Patagonia hoodie in the other day, but it didn't have any chest pockets. But that's just something that people it wouldn't be written in the spiel, and it's just something that people are interested in. Or the tents and things like that, how big do people are? We all get in and make sure we can fit in different sizes and things like that, just so we can give the customers our honest opinions and stuff.
So I noticed on this is the tent I may as well show you now. The Hilleberg Enan, or Enan, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but on your verdict you say it's a bit of a nuisance to get a taut pitch, whereas a lot of other places, they don't tell you the things like that. Whereas you are warts and all. Yeah. Obviously, you don't want to be selling rubbish.
If something's, it's more of a case of this might be an issue to you, but it might not be an issue to this person. But it's still important to let those people know and then make up their minds. As you say, a big investment.
Yeah. Anyway, can we have a go?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Brilliant. So I was after something that is. It's lightweight. I want something for my go-to 3-season tent.
Yeah.
Something lightweight yet robust. Yeah.
Which is exactly what this
Easy
is. Do you know what I mean? You can go lighter, obviously, but with Hilleberg, you know what you're getting with them, and you know it's going to survive. No matter what you do with it, really, as long as you're careful and you pitch it properly. But that's with most of these sort of tents. Yeah. Similar sort of thing.
I could have ordered this online, and then I'd have to pitch it in my living room to make sure everything was clean, and then when I send it back and stuff like that, if it wasn't for me, it's a lot of hassle for you as well, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, and then obviously we send everything out for free. Yeah. But it is then on the customer to send it back, so it's adding to their expense and stuff like that. Obviously, we don't want to get any product back once we've sold it, but I mean, that is the nature of online retailing, I guess.
Hope you're enjoying the video so far. I quickly wanted to tell you about my new blog. It's been a really busy couple of weeks for both me and Joe on our websites. You might already know that we both use Squarespace. Considering I've never done a blog before, it's really easy to do. Just uploaded the photos and wrote the blog. And Joe's completely revamped her website. She's got a brand new domain name, jodymessner.com, which she's set up through Squarespace as well. It only took a couple of clicks to link it to her current page. And the editing tools made it really easy for her to change colour schemes and fonts and things like that. And then it's just a case of dragging things around to get it just how she wants it. And then there's tools like the analytics where you can see how your new website's performing. Squarespace is great if you want to build a website but you've got no idea about web design or coding. You just choose one of the ready-made templates, add all your own photos and text, and as I've shown you, drop things around, and within a couple of hours you've got a website. So if you fancy having a go at building a website of your own, then click the link in the description below or head over to squarespace.com/Paul Messner. You'll get a totally free trial. And when you're ready to go live, you'll get 10% off your first purchase. So big thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring the video today. So do you get many people coming into the showroom then?
Oh yeah. As I said, some people book for 2 days. Okay. And they'll get their entire PCT kit list. Okay. And have a look at it all, make sure it all fits in the bag, all that type of stuff. And then, yeah, some people, we had a gentleman in, had 4 tents up. We've just left that one up for... and yeah, people just want to come in, they want to see, they want to try, and exactly, it's just expensive gear.
And the thing is, well, I'm assuming that I can try like a sleeping pad in it and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we encourage you to.
Oh, we'll do that
especially then. If you like, if you're using a tent like this, but your sleeping mat is
something that's really thick.
Top or looks.
Yeah.
Like really thick, really You want to know how much headroom you've got if you're in that tent. So yeah, it's something we definitely encourage.
So when you do your verdict, who does all of the testing then?
Me. I do the majority of the verdicts. That was sort of my role when I came here, was sort of to take over that sort of responsibility. I also do the majority of the weighing when I'm so for the products. Again, I'll take you out and I'll show you around where we do the weighing and things like that. These Velcro things might not be the best.
Yeah, but you're never going to get full tension with a bit of Velcro.
No, especially when people are coming looking for trekking pole tents and stuff like that. It can be a bit.
Well, that's what I wanted as well. I wanted something that wasn't a trekking pole tent.
Yeah.
Something that's got a dedicated pole. Yeah, you can, in theory, you can pitch this with 4 pegs if you need to.
Yeah.
And it's quite spacious. I had the Acto before, but that would have been a little bit too heavy, and I want something with more airflow to it. I was debating on the colour. With that and the sand.
Bits and sand, yeah.
Yeah, I've had the sand. I've got the Unit in sand, and I nearly bought that in the green. I've got the Nallo in the green.
Maybe I've got the sand and stuff.
Yeah, I've made my mind up. I don't want to pitch it side by side because you'll make it more complicated.
There you go.
Oh, that. See, there's loads of space there.
Yeah, absolutely. Acres.
Let me grab this. Yeah, acres of space in the porch. Is it porch or vestibule for you?
I say vestibule, but yeah.
So I also want the footprint. What's your thoughts on footprints generally?
Again, I think, especially on a Hilleberg, it makes this space a lot more user-friendly. You've got a lot more area where your gear is protected away from, especially if it's wet or raining and things like that. But on the other side of it, the material here is so thick that I wouldn't generally say...
It's not necessarily for wear, is it?
Yeah.
But I like with this kind of thing, if you're using it for multiple days...
Exactly.
And it's chucking it down with rain, it's dead easy to take the inner out and then you've just got a dry floor. Mm-hmm. Get in the next night or whatever, wipe everything down from the inside.
And I love how close to the floor the fly is, but because it's got so much ventilation at these ends.
Yeah, there's.
Because obviously that's just pure mesh.
Yeah, and you can unfold that, can't you?
Yeah, it's got like a storm flap.
Yeah, so.
If you need it. But
I don't think I'll need that.
No, for the ventilation, I think it really adds to the tent.
Right, let's have a little look inside.
Do you want a mat?
I would like to try a mat in it as well. Will a wide mat go in there, do you think?
Let's find out.
I've got a wide, what's it called? Zen Bivy.
Oh, how are they?
They're all right, comfortable.
That's a wide, non-insulated Big Agnes.
Yeah, and that's quite a thick pad as well. So
yeah,
it
it is, yeah.
Come on, let's stick that in there.
Quite reasonable as well. But.
Let's have a gander. So that is, it's ample headroom for me. I could, if I wanted, actually just sit in this, in the vestibule area, and get changed, because there's a lot of space there. Somewhere to get out your wet clothes. Yes, it's a little bit, it seems bigger than the Acto. On the ends, it seems a little bit higher on the ends.
Yeah, a bit more livable space, isn't there?
Yeah, this is lovely. It does look better in the flesh than, you know, when you see them on YouTube or on photos. And there's ample room there as well for a wide pad. So what other services do you pride yourself on then?
As I said, when people just can come in and they say, well, I want to look at this amount of kit, I'm going on this trip. Sometimes they might not have a clue what they're looking for. Sometimes, obviously, you know what the other wild campers are like. Some people know the product down to the gram, but other people are interested in seeing what you have to offer, or I'm going on the Santiago or something like that.
What do you recommend and stuff?
Yeah. And again, it's like what time of year you're going, what type of, are you cold sleeper, are you warm sleeper? We see like there's been a massive tick in people going for wider, squarer mats now, rather than moving away from the thinner
Mummy style.
Yeah, mummy style. And people are just putting comfort over weight now, it seems, in certain categories, especially like that. Yeah,
I've definitely moved into
yeah,
that.
same. I'd rather carry a heavier sleeping mat and know I'm going to sleep well.
I'm not. I don't want to go down the line of carrying 30 kilos or anything like that.
No.
But there is a compromise, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know, I've seen people that sleep on mats that are that thing.
I think all of it relates to compromise on weight and comfort and what you're prepared to put up with, as it were.
So I've not seen anywhere that's got the same sort of selection of things like sleeping bags and pads and stuff like that. Variety of different brands. Like I've never seen a mountain equipment one anywhere before.
Yeah. We've got the new Rab. Well, actually, I think these are the older Rabs, but like the nice big baffle structure on them. Then we've got some self-inflating ones. So yeah, a nice big sort of array, and we've got some more down here that are coming out when they need to. So we've got the two; they're both brand new from Sea to Summit, and the Tensor, the new Extreme one. Rab have now just got a 9.5 R-value mat out. So that's something we're going to be looking at, interested in looking at and things like that. Nemo have just brought some new mats. I think it's like the lightest mat on the market now. So yeah, it's just at the beginning of the season like now, which is really interesting.
I think so you go back, I don't know, 10, 15 years, the brands that you would get here in the UK would be very limited. It'd be Van Gogh, Terra Nova, Berghaus, those kind of things. Yeah. And now it's your Nemos and stuff like that.
Nemo, Big Agnes, Gossamer Gear, they're all, definitely changing the way we look at it.
And I feel that they're leading the way when it comes to certain technologies and things like that.
Absolutely,
so I'm going to have a look at this Nemo tent while I'm here, if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
Jo said to me, she says, you'll be there ages, won't you, having a look round and stuff. No, I'll be in and out, just pitching the tent. But I can't help myself. See, that's clever.
Yeah, a little place to put your shoes.
Like a little bathtub dry area. It's really clever. And your fitting rooms as well, so you can try stuff on.
Yeah.
Really good. Well, twisted my arm with that one anyway. We didn't have to do much twisting. I'd already decided. But
product sells itself.
Yeah, but it's one of them. I just wanted to make sure, and having this sort of facility where you can see something pitched up.
Well, that's what we want people to be able to take advantage of. We want people to come in and know that we can pitch whatever tent you want. I mean, we can get the big 5-man tent out. We've got room to do it. And as I say, big investment. It's something you should be coming to have a look at, really.
I agree. And there's things here that I've not even seen before. Some really clever stuff. There's a lot of these now, little really compact things.
Yeah, so like bike packing tents. Yeah,
that's becoming really popular.
This is the MSR one, and it's like a full.
Oh, it's got the handlebar clip-on thing.
Yeah, so it's got the really thinking about it. MSR are really good for stuff like that. Yeah. Big Agnes as well. That's a bike packing tent. That's not going to fall.
You need a handlebar up there, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, we've got our gloves on display, but the weather's been too good recently, hasn't it?
Yeah, try before you buy.
Yeah.
It's great. Well, this is clever as well. A lot of people ask this question with this. You know, what is the difference between the lofts when it comes to sleeping bags? You've got different qualities of down. So this 850 loft there, that's how much that will expand. These will be all the same weight, aren't they? So all the same weight, but you've got that much loft, which means more insulation, for less weight, basically. Well, that's the same weight, but you can have a sleeping bag with more loft, and it'd be lighter than if you're buying the lesser quality down anyway.
Nemo are bringing out a quilt this year, and they're using 1,000 fill power.
Are they?
Yeah. Which
I didn't know you could get to that. I thought
the only thing I know of that's got it in is this Mont Bell jacket. That's 1,000 fill, and it weighs nothing. But yeah, so Nemo are now making a quilt out of it.
It's all clever. It's all expensive stuff, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So do you do stuff as well that are more budget friendly?
I think we sort of we always have like a more of a budget friendly options and stuff like that. We've just got the new Flextail mats, which are like an R value of over 4, less than 100 quid, really comfortable.
Yeah.
So we've got stuff like that, and same with the sleeping mats. Nice synthetic bags and things like that are obviously not going to go to the same high as the premium as the down. And the same with tents as well. We have like lower, sort of like lesser price tents, but not to the same extent as sort of like if you went into
go outdoors and get a 60
like
quid
tent.
tent or whatever.
We don't do anything like that, unfortunately.
But you can't compete with that, can you?
No, of course not. And again, but you can't walk into go outdoors and get a Hilleberg, so...
Exactly, yeah. Swings and roundabouts, it's what you want. That's for a completely different market to an OEX Fox 2 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, and not to say you're not going to have the same fun and the same adventures in them.
Oh, yeah.
But some people just want the same, different levels of kit for different levels of things.
Well, it's a starter thing as well. You start at one end and you aspire to something like that. That's the way I look at it anyway.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Or you don't like it when you first go camping and then you don't...
Exactly,
You've not wasted your money.
There is a case of like, I've just spent thousands of pounds on all this stuff. I've been camping twice, I don't like it.
Although these, for some reason, the resale value... if you didn't want it, or you kept it 2 years, you could. I've seen people who have made more money on the Hilleberg Solo.
I made money on the Sulu in the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm not using it, so someone else can use it. I've moved on to the Inaris by then, so I was happy in my big trekking pole then.
So, what's your story with backpacking then?
I did the Cleveland Way about 12 years ago. Didn't know what wild camping was, didn't know what ultralight hiking was. I went, thinking we were Bear Grylls with like rucksacks with like, our mate was carrying an axe. Our other mate had jeans to go out with when we got into Whitby and stuff like that. We later we worked out lessen it. So West Ham Way, Hadrian's Wall, Northumberland Coastal Path. I've done my own. Have you heard of the TGO?
Yeah.
So I've
done one side of Scotland to the other. Well, east to west, is it?
Yeah. So I've done that 3 times.
West to east, one of them.
Everyone's starting on the west
coast,
and everyone ends in a pub on the east coast. It's like a big.
And you have to make your own route, don't you?
Yeah, you make your own route. So I've done that 3 times now. I'm doing the first 50 miles of the Pennine Way on next Monday.
Okay.
And then I'm going hiking in Spain in April with. So I've got to, I got to go out a lot, get to test out the gear,
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can put some real world experience on things like this, which is brilliant.
So I think I'm in the tent about 30 to 40 days a year, I'd say.
Well,
that's
probably as much as me.
Yeah. So this is the office. This is where customer service are with the returns and warranty and stuff like that. This is the web team and the purchasing team. Liam's making all the new products for the new season live. Getting all the videos edited and things like that. This is management.
How do you do?
And then through here is the warehouse.
Lots of boxes.
Lots of boxes, all filled with nice wild camping and camping things.
I didn't expect to behind the scenes, but it's nice to see what goes off with these kind of places.
This is the weighing station. This is where we do all the weighing, because obviously we weigh every product ourselves to make sure that everyone has an idea of actually what it weighs compared to what the.
I think there's a lot of nuance when they come to actual weights of stuff.
Yeah.
Things like trail weight and actual pack weight are completely different things.
Yeah.
People trying to get in under a kilo, but when you add pegs and poles and stuff.
Exactly. So all full of hiking, wild camping, food, t-shirts, base layers, socks, more food, books, all sorts of stuff. We're well stocked. New little Dyneema, peg bags and things like that. So and that's just one aisle of one thing.
I won't mind a shed like this. So just about all done here. I've bought me new tent. What do you reckon? Just had a nice coffee as well. Thank you very much for your hospitality.
Welcome. Thanks for popping down and seeing us.
Just going to pack up now. We've had a good chat about gear over a cuppa, haven't we?
Yeah, nerding out a bit.
Yeah, nerding on types of poles and all of that kind of stuff. So, and there's lots of exciting new gear coming out. So hopefully I'll get to see some of that as well. So, thanks for having me, Andy.
All the best, Paul. Thanks for coming on down.
Let's get this packed away, and next time you see it, it'll be on the hill somewhere.
Perfect.
Happy days. Really happy with the tent. Really happy with the service as well. Ultralight outdoor gear. Well worth checking out. I will leave a link in the description below to the website, but if you're passing, you know, send them an email, drop in. They'll happily show you around some of their stuff. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.